What's going on, guys? So today I want to talk about this Civivi knife that I've been using. I posted this on Instagram about a week or so after I got it, and I thought it was super cool. This is the Cogent. All right, so the exact model number is C20038D-2, in case you want to look it up. But super cool. It's a little flipper. All right, it's a button lock. Very convenient. Definitely has the fidget factor, just kind of opening and closing all the time, or you could just use the actual button itself to swing it open and swing it shut. But I dig it. I definitely dig it. It's smooth. It's simple. It's affordable. These sell for $69.50 on average, about 70 bucks or so from the dealers. Obviously, they do come in a ton of colors. I've been really digging this purple. You know, purple could be perceived as somewhat feminine. You know, maybe not as feminine as pink. But hey, it's 2022, right? What's feminine, what's not, doesn't really matter anymore. I don't mind having a little pop of color. Like I said, I have decades now of carrying black on black on black, and I dig some color, and it's kind of nice. The purple is actually pretty cool. It's just different, that's all. I don't have a whole lot of purple knives, so it's kind of special trying one that was purple. Obviously, some of these models have the black coated blades, some don't. It just depends on whatever your personal preference is, but I do think the black and the purple look nice together. So yeah, the Cogent. This has a 3.47 inch blade. This is rocking a Sandvik steel. Little off topic, but there's when I visit family, one of my family members, I pass a Sandvik steel company, which I don't think they're actually processing it into, you know, knife blades or anything there. I think they're just taking bulk orders, breaking it down, stock, you know, different blade stock, rods, things like that, then shipping it off the companies, which are obviously doing things like making blades. So anyway, this is a Sandvik 14C28N, all right? It's not the best blade steel in the world. It's on the lower end as far as quality, but you know, as long as you can sharpen your knives and touch that up, it's totally fine. When you get the thing brand new, it is nice and sharp. I got this one when it was brand new, and it was nice and sharp. Like I said, I mean, after carrying it, using it a bunch, especially around the house and stuff, I did find that it was dulling out a little bit. Not a big deal, just touched up the edge there. So here's a little close-up of our handle here, which is very ergonomic. I'll talk about that in just a second. There's our blade. This is a flat ground blade, clip point style. All right, you can see a very light swedge on top there. All right, it's also completely sterile. You can see there's no markings on it or anything. All right, the overall length here is 7.8 inches, and this one weighs 3.82 ounces. All right, these have the purple scales are G10, but this is steel lined. All right, you can probably see that, black coated liners. All right, so you have that rigidity from the steel, and if I hit the light right there, you can see it is skeletonized, which is very nice as well. All right, so it keeps it lightweight. On the back, you can see the little standoffs here, two on the end. There's our pocket clip. All right, it does carry very nicely. Did carry this a bunch of times. I was actually going back and forth between this knife and a different Kansep knife at the time. But it does carry very nicely. There's enough spring steel, you know, it's actually more of a tighter clip, almost like the retention you get from like a cold steel. You know, a lot of those cold steel knives are like super stiff clips, although the design gives you a little bit more to work with. So once you do overcome that initial grabbing, it slides in and out very easily. It's just at the very end, takes a little bit to pop it off the pocket there. Whereas sometimes, you know, there's a lot easier flexing going on. But it would be hard to kind of hyperextend that. I guess that's the point that I'm making. You can see it is skeletonized there. It does carry very nicely. It is deep conceal clip, all right? So you're not seeing anything as far as the knife goes when it's in the pocket. But as far as ergonomics, very comfortable. There's a finger troll here, all right? The knife handle, it doesn't really taper so much. It's just kind of a straight curve. It's like a little like AR mag or something, you know? Just a very slight curve, but it's the same width all the way down, all right, to a square butt. And there's a little bit of a thumb ramp here. There is jimping that's on the liners, which you do feel. And if you jump up on the knife, there is jimping on the back of the blade. Okay, so if you do like a higher grip on there, it is very sturdy. But yeah, I mean, ergonomically, it feels great. That deep conceal clip does not rub my hand in the wrong area or anything. So even really squeezing it hard in different types of the grips, it felt totally fine. No hot spots at all. Now, as I mentioned before, this is a button lock, which is super fun. Has a very low profile flipper on here. All right, you can see that flipper. All right, there's jimping on it. It's just really easy, really fun to pop that open. It's very smooth. To press the lock, let that free fall back into the handle. All right, so it has the huge fidget factor where you can flick it open, flick it shut. You can use just a button if you want to kind of flick it open, flick it shut, similar to how you'd use like an access lock or something. But the flipper is right there. I really like this. I don't think I've had another flipper that was this kind of low profile that worked this well. It is really, really simple to use that flipper. You know, you could just hold on to the top of the knife and just kind of swing back. Or if you just use the tip of your finger, you can find that very easily, all right, to flick it open and shut. But super, super nice. I have to say, this was just a real pleasure to carry and use and, of course, play with. When I'm, you know, editing videos and stuff, I'm sitting there playing with a lot of different knives, and this is one I just gravitated towards. I do like the purple. I love the little button lock. It's just simple. I did save the box here so I can show you the packaging. I've always been happy with Civivi's packaging. They give you a nice little case as well. So it's nice with some of the more affordable knives to get these accessories like this. So you have a little pouch to store this away. All right, it did come with a couple decals here. You can see it has the Elementum decal. All right, it has a regular Civivi logo decal. You have your paperwork here, and you do have your microfiber cloth, which is great for cleaning your glasses. Don't often use these to actually clean knives. I use them all the time for my glasses. But yeah, you get a couple freebies here, even though it's a $70 knife. Just super cool. Just absolutely love it. I love this particular design. It's just super, super fun, ergonomic. Like I said, I mean, it's lackluster as far as the blade steel goes, but the price reflects that. You know, as long as you have some basic sharpening skills, you'll be totally fine with this. I do recommend that you strop your knives. Perhaps I'll do another video in the future talking about that more in detail. But by stropping your knives, especially with you know, lower end, it's hard to say that. It's not really lower end steel. It just doesn't compare with obviously the premium steels out there, but it's totally fine. But by stropping, you know, on a piece of leather, especially with a little bit of compound, you're refining that edge. You're polishing it up. And by doing that in between your sharpening sessions, you can really extend the life of that edge until it becomes time to actually sharpen again. So without stropping, if you just use this day in and day out, maybe it'll go dull, you know, in 2 weeks, a month, depends on how often you're using it. Whereas if you strop it back and forth, you can have the same usage on the knife and extend it 2 or even 3 times as long without having to sharpen it, because you're basically micro sharpening it each time you do that. So I do highly recommend that regardless of whatever blade you have. It really extends that life before it's time to sharpen again. But anyway, that's it. This is the Civivi Cogent. Very cool knife. All right. And again, if you don't like the purple, they do have plenty of other colors. So if you have this knife, let me know what you think of yours. But I totally dug this one. I thought it was really fun. And I like that it's extra affordable. You know, that's always a bonus. So that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. And I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.